You're not crazy if you feel like your lips are addicted to lip balm. I did not realize how much money companies were making off of me and my lips until I started getting away from the Bath & Body Works. What were they, Juicy Glosses? Or was that Victoria's Secret? Does anyone remember these? These were basically my life in middle school and high school. And so many other girls, including myself, would just apply these all day long because we had these dry, chapped lips or this peeling at the sides and the corners. And we would apply this to get rid of it, not realizing that these may have been making it worse. And it's not just these, because there are tons of other brands out there as well that have ingredients that basically keep you in this loop of feeling like your lips are dry and cracked, so you apply a product, not knowing that this product and the ingredients are making it worse, and then you just apply more to get rid of it, and you just can't make this peeling and this redness and this irritation go away. And you are not crazy if you feel like your lips are addicted to lip balm. But they have to talk about actual addiction, because no, technically the lips can't get addicted, but there is something really suspicious going on here. As your medical SD bestie who literally had to learn this from doctors and derms and understand by listening to others and seeing them have like bleeding corners of their mouths and being like, oh shit, that's what's happening? I want to endow you with this knowledge so that you can get out of that loop that these companies keep you in. Because think about it, if they're selling you this stuff that smells good, that looks pretty, and it's all glittery with little gold specks in it, and you rely on it because it's secretly making your lips worse, and then you just apply more and buy more to try to get rid of the dryness and the peeling, not knowing that that's what's causing it. I'm not saying that that's their business model, but I'm saying it makes sense that they're making so much money off of us. Now, there are lip balms that are actually good for your lips, and we're going to talk about those ingredients too. So to get started, we have to define angular cheilitis and lip cheilitis in general. The word cheilitis is a medical term, and it basically means inflammation of the lips. And this can happen for many, many reasons. It can happen on the vermilion border, basically the border of the lips, or the inside of the lips, or even here at the little sides, otherwise known as angular cheilitis. Now, if you notice that you have pus or ooziness or redness or irritation or any cracks in the lips, go see a doctor. You do not want it to get infected or more infected than it already is. And usually doctors or derms are going to prescribe some form of an antibiotic to literally kill bacteria that could be growing in the sides of the lips if it's angular cheilitis, or they're going to prescribe other antibiotics or medications for other concerns around the lips. And there's also lip eczema or just irritant cheilitis in general. And irritant cheilitis is what a lot of people don't know that they're dealing with. It's basically an irritant, usually from the environment, an allergy, or something inside of one of these lip balms that is irritating the lips, causing them to peel off and to slough off. You see, the skin or the tissue of our lips and our mouths is really unique. Think about when you bite the inside of your cheek, how quickly it heals compared to if you scrape the outside of your skin. Well, the cells in our mouths and by our lips regenerate a lot faster, but this also means that they can be prone to irritation. And if you have an allergy or an issue with an ingredient or a fragrance or even a color in one of these lip balms, the lips can start peeling and really being irritated. Now, what do you and I do when we notice that the sides of our lips are peeling or our lips are kind of feeling icky and crusty? We go apply lip balm and glosses and all these nice smuckers. What do you call those? Do you guys remember the lip smuckers? The smackers? Remember those things? We just go running to those, and I cannot be the only one who literally relied on some of these products for years. But let me give you a hit list of what's in a lot of these products that can secretly make this lip irritation worse. Things such as fragrances, colors, oils, and yes, even metals. We're talking about things like nickel and gold. You ever have those lip glosses with like gold and silver flecks in them? If it's actual gold, some people are allergic to that. And some of the main culprits that are in almost every single juicy, smacky, delicious lip gloss are literally fragrances and colors. A lot of fragrances are so irritating to the lips, and people don't realize that these berry flavors or these fruity flavors could actually be the thing that is making them feel like that they need that lip product more. And there are tons of colors, specifically red number 40, or there's like lake and like yellow 3. A lot of these colorants can actually sit on and absorb into the mouth, really kind of irritating the lips and the tissue here, causing the lips to kind of create more cells and basically try to get that fragrance or that colorant or that metal away from it. And that just causes this flaking and this peeling and this irritation to worsen because a lot of inflammation is happening in this area. And some people don't even realize that certain oils can also cause issues. Things like coconut oil, things like olive oil can actually be very irritating to some people's lips. Now, not everyone, but for some people. And if you have an issue where you feel like your lips are just freaking addicted to this lip balm and you just constantly rely on it, because when you use it, it temporarily soothes you and makes it better, but when you don't use it, your lips feel like they're falling off your face, maybe it's actually what's in the lip products that is causing the problem. And before I tell you what you should look for in lip products and which ones won't actually do this to you, we have to talk about addiction, because a lot of people feel like their lips are addicted to these products or their skin is addicted to a product. Addiction is actually a highly complex process that involves the brain and neural pathways basically being strengthened and environmental triggers. That's why when people speak about things like substance addictions or emotional addictions, there's an actual addiction pathway. There's some sort of trigger in the environment, and there's a neural pathway that causes people to have actual changes in the brain that leads to some sort of response and then usually some sort of behavior. Now, that is very different than applying products to our lips. Unless you have some sort of emotional compulsion to apply things to your lips and you actually go through forms of withdrawal symptoms or distress when not using that product, it's probably not addiction. So even though people throw that around, no, your lips do not get addicted to a lip product and your body does not get addicted to some sort of beauty product that we're putting on it. But often it does feel that way because of this specific loop that a lot of these companies keep us in, of us feeling like we need relief, we put this on, not realize this is what's making it worse, so then we get worse and then we go running right back to the thing that's causing the issue. Now, what if you want to get out of the loop, but you're like, I can't go without a lip product because then my lips feel even worse and they just don't get better? There are things that have been medically proven to help, and these are things that our body creates naturally that you should look for. Number one is ceramides. You might know them because they help out the skin. They're part of the outer layer of our skin that helps us protect ourselves against the rest of the world. Yeah, they're great for our lips too, and they're actually found naturally in our tissue here. So if you find lip products with ceramides, that's a really good bet. Another one are waxes or balms. I personally am not a fan of beeswax, but for some people, beeswax can work. But really basic petrolatum or petroleum jelly, it's pretty much the same thing. Petroleum jelly is basic, it's Vaseline, it's inexpensive, but it is so good for the lips, especially if you do deal with things like lip eczema. Now, of course, if you do have lip eczema or angular cheilitis, you're going to need steroids prescribed by a doctor, or you're going to need an antibacterial medication that you can put on the corners of the mouth. This is why it's so important to see a doctor or a derm. But if you look for some of these waxes instead of oils, these can actually seal hydration into the lips and provide relief. And look for something that is fragrance-free. Look for something that doesn't have a color, because a lot of times it's those ingredients that are actually making it worse. Now, here's the thing, if you're going out during the middle of the day, you should be using a lip product that has a sunscreen in it. But the problem is, some sunscreen can be irritating for some people. There are certain sun filters that are better than others. And for people who are really sensitive, you might want to look for something like zinc or titanium dioxide inside of those lip products that can provide relief and sun protection. The best thing you can do is keep it simple. And if you're curious about which products are making your lips worse, don't be afraid to patch test. Put something on one side of your mouth and not the other side and see if you have that same reaction. And when in doubt, cut it out. A lot of people have this period of 3 or 4 days where like their lips are really irritated and then they go back to baseline. And fun fact, sometimes it's not the product, sometimes it's your bad habits. Baby, do you lick your lips? A lot of people don't realize that they're licking their lips throughout the day, and that can actually dry the lips out, and it can actually cause things like angular cheilitis or lip irritation. So be aware of what you're doing too. If you're scratching at your lips, if you're licking them all the time, or if you have a yummy tasting lip gloss and you're licking the yummy tasting lip gloss off your lips, you bet that that can cause irritation. And a lot of people just don't even realize they're doing it. Patch test, be aware of your actual lip behaviors, and when in doubt, cut it out. Just the way I had to do with these Bath & Body Works and Victoria's Secret lip smackers. What were they? Smackers, juicy sticks, glossy pops. There were so many names for these things, and I cannot be the only person who felt like I was addicted to them. I actually did a TikTok and an Instagram on this that blew up. It got like 94,000 likes. I was like, oh, the fucking validation. If you're not following on Instagram for nuggets like that, you're welcome. And I will see you with gorgeous, luscious, non-chapped lips on the internet and in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.